Welcome to Julie's Got You Covered, the podcast where Julie Sears, founder of Integrity Health Insurance Advisors, takes the fear out of finding the right health insurance. With 7+ years of experience, she's here to make finding the perfect coverage a breeze. Stay tuned for details on how you can snag a free 30-minute consultation.
Running a small business is hard enough. Do you really have time to become an expert in health insurance too? Luckily, you don't have to. Julie Sears of Integrity Health Insurance helps small businesses in Texas find the right coverage so you can focus on what you do best without losing sleep over confusing policies and skyrocketing costs. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sophia Yvette, co-host / producer, back in the studio with Julie Sears. Julie, how's it going today?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, Julie, do you offer insurance plans for small businesses?
So we've got a couple different ways that we can help small businesses by either customizing individual plans, which might help them save costs in the long run, or looking at group plans, a traditional group. We just look at what their business needs are currently and what their expected growth is, just to make sure we have them set up on the right type of plan for their existing and their future employees, and obviously maximize their savings and their tax benefits as much as we can.
So, Julie, what types of health insurance plans are available for small businesses in Texas?
So I can help them here in Texas and in 32 other states. So got small businesses all over the country that I've helped out. We've got some private PPOs that we can look at, all the way to the traditional group that will include HMOs, EPOs, or those PPOs. Obviously, they're just more expensive. We can look at pretty much anything on the spectrum, just depending on what their wants and needs are.
Are there any specific requirements a business must meet to qualify for a group health insurance plan?
Typically for groups, it's 2 or more, and then the group builds from there. So just have to obviously stay within the federal requirements of what that group standard has to meet. And that's where we can get creative and either stick with individual plans to help them avoid contracts while their business is on the grow, or we can look at those traditional groups and get them something locked in that they can offer to their employees, and it'll be there for the longevity of the business.
So, Julie, for the small business owners that are interested in getting health insurance plans, what is the first question they should be asking themselves and the first thing they should be looking for?
Right now, it seems that employee retention is the biggest problem that most small businesses are having. So that's where we can get creative with offering them some type of benefits, even if it's not quite full coverage just yet, just to get them started to help them retain their employees so that they can grow. And so really it's just, what do they want to offer their employees? And then we can get creative from there and look at those rates and just see what we can customize for them to make it fit their budget while also benefiting their employees.
How can a small business owner determine the best coverage options for their employees while staying within budgets?
It's just a conversation, really. We can't satisfy everybody. There's never a one size fits all, especially when you are talking about a group of people. Someone's always going to have an outlier somewhere. But it's just a conversation to try to figure out those common denominators between most of the employees to try to satisfy the masses and at least cover the majority of their needs.
And so, Julie, is it true that offering health insurance can actually help me attract top talent?
It is definitely true. A lot of small businesses have come my way just to try to get some type of coverage so that they can retain the talent that they do have, and hopefully acquire some new players in the game to help them grow. And I have watched some small businesses here in the area, in the Frisco area, really grow and flourish due to the fact that they can offer them some type of coverage. And since we get creative with some of those packages, it keeps it realistic for both the employee and the employer so that they're able to keep offering and keep growing.
Julie, when it comes to the small businesses, what is the most common type of small business you come across in helping them to receive the health insurance plans?
Type of business, like the industry?
Yes.
They're all over the map. I have like a mom and pop garage that does oil changes all the way to office settings where they do a lot of admin work. I have a landscape snow removal, obviously not here in Texas, but they're in Colorado that they cover their employees and want to make sure that they've got coverage. It runs the gamut from A to Z.
Julie, what is the funniest story you have when helping someone find the health insurance plan?
I think the mom and pop garage in Louisville, theirs is probably the funnest to work just because they got a bunch of young guys and they have no idea anything about insurance at all. And so they just kind of go with the flow and shrug and they got no questions. The only answers they have are their demographic information, but they're a good group of people to work with. And luckily, no crazy stories yet, but glad to have them covered and know they're protected.
Most definitely. And Julie, final question for you today. What are some situations where some of these small business owners are not eligible for health insurance plans?
Really haven't run into anyone that's not eligible. It's only in the instance where if it is a solopreneur and they do want that traditional group insurance that doesn't have any limitations or has less limitations, those are the only times it might get tough because they do have to have 2 employees. And so if they don't have another employee on the books yet, then we're a little bit more limited in our options and we just have to get creative. But I try to come with some solutions every time.
Love it, Julie. We'll catch you on the next episode. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
You too.
Thanks for tuning in to Julie's Got You Covered. Ready to say goodbye to insurance stress? Head to integrityhealthinsuranceadvisors.com or call 469-348-4066. That's 469-348-4066 to book your free 30-minute consultation. With Julie, health insurance doesn't have to be scary. She's got you covered.